Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy and welcome to my sacred space. Today we're going to get into a non-sign specific reading that is for all the signs. Anyone and everyone who feels drawn to this right now. This is for you. Holy Spirit, most high, benevolent, beloved, mother and father. I'm getting hot. We know a message is coming when I'm getting hot. Thank you, Spirit. Archangel Metatron, please protect against any distorting energies, intentions, and or entities. Allow these energies or entities to be escorted to a place of evolution or dissolution now, or whenever they may interfere. Allow me, grace me to be a vehicle of your divine message tonight. Thank you. What do we have for the collective today? What do we have to share with the beautiful souls on the other side of the screen today? Thank you. Some kind of injustice or injustice is being discovered. It's almost like something we would have blamed ourselves for. This goes deep. For those of you guys that don't know me, or that are new, or even those of you guys that are, my readings are very much so grounded and based in the purposes of karmic discovery and alchemical transformation, right? So I'm not just here to validate your stories of pain, suffering, and all of the bullshit that you've accumulated. I'm here to show you that there's something you can do with it, all right? And what I'm hearing here, what I'm saying, what I'm seeing is that it feels like just some kind of injustice occurred. And there's something about going inwards that is allowing you to understand exactly how this happened. There's a guide waiting for you while you're going the other way, and you're operating in the sun, in the moon, right? Under the moon, feeling like you're going at it alone, feeling like you have to walk this path alone, feeling like you have to abandon alone. There's a being here that's waiting for you. It's almost like, yeah, go off and do your adventure, go off into the night, understand yourself, let yourself grow from it, which is what it feels like you're doing, and come back to me whenever you're ready. It is divinely so that we have free will in this world and in this reality, yes? And so we're going to give you your free will. We're going to cover you, is what I'm hearing. We're going to cover you while you go off and explore the night, explore the things that go bump in the night if you must, right? Understand and learn, because you don't feel safe. Whoever you are, you don't feel safe. I want to read more on this injustice and see what's occurring here. This almost feels like a backwards kind of trial, where you're being put on trial, you're being blamed, your fingers are being pointed at you. Is that what it is, Spirit? Help us get clearer on the injustice that has occurred. This might have to do with a Virgo, or you might be a Virgo, or you might have experienced this injustice by a Virgo. Something is coming to you. Whoever you are, this came through super clear. Something is coming to you that you cannot prove to anyone, and it's not for anyone else's ears. It's for you. So something's coming through for you. It feels like you might have this really otherworldly experience with an animal or with some kind of being in a meditation, in a dream, right? Or even in real life, where you come face to face with the most majestic animal. But there's something about that where there's some kind of validation coming through while you're seeking in the night. You're exploring the darkness. There's something about the feminine seasons tingle in this retrograde that we're stepping into that's allowing us to finally retrieve the gold that was always there. I always talk about circling the block and never making it to our destination. It feels like the destination will be found, and it's on the back of some injustice here, some betrayal. Spirit, can we understand what this injustice is? Can we understand more about this injustice, please? Thank you. That's so weird. This feels like somebody tampering with your relationship with Spirit. Somebody making you feel like what Spirit has given you, what God has given you, the karmic plate that you have to eat and to sustain yourself is not right. There's something about breaking your connection to Spirit somehow. Oh my God, they're giving me, this is a mass thing, and this is not just one person. This is thousands, if not millions of people, but it's going to play out in different ways. They're saying there's something that has been done ritualistically, energetically, consciously, unconsciously. Who really gives a fuck? But on a karmic level, something has been done to prevent the collaboration with guides, the edification, like not prevent it, but something has tried to break in the way, to tarnish it. Something has tried to stop this. Like they're showing me like people that have gone through sexual abuse, people that have gone through any kind of abuse as children. It's like the divine, it's like things are being unlocked and it's on a mass scale. It's like something about a divine injustice that's being righted. For some of you, this might be at the hands of a Libra. But there's something about things are not balanced. Things have taken, it's like a long time to balance out. And as it should be. There's something about this, they're telling me the path of a Hierophant, the path of a true Hierophant. This is what I've been talking about when I've been saying that so many are reserved. I did a collective reading recently where I was talking about how there is a divine reservation for some, those in their early 30s to late 40s, and even beyond that, that there's some kind of reservation, that you're being held aside and you're being fortified, that these things take time. Something that you're coming home to, and it almost feels like the guides we spoke to when we were children, the spiritual connection we had when we were in other lives. Something is returning, and it's changing the entire game. It's almost like feeling like you've had to move in the shadows, move at night, protect yourself, like the world didn't feel safe. There's something that kept you from this, they're saying like your divine birthright, to be with people like you, but also to celebrate and to be seen. There's something that has prevented this, is the injustice is not being able to have this communion with your guides, communion with Spirit, knowing clearly what is happening. And for many of you, tainting you by way of fear to resist and reject your divine, benevolent, holy support. My readings go deep, y'all. I'm not saying that to, tap myself on the back. I'm just saying every reader is different. Let me put some more frankincense on here. I'm using Frankincense by Smudge a Lot by Miss Queen Cup. If you guys have not tried, I've never felt anything that smudges so clear, so pure. The vibration just feels so yummy, so holy, and just clean, right? Anywho, Let's get back to the reading. They're showing me this image of a horse in, I don't know what you call those things, but like it's almost like a stall, and the gates are down and the horse is being riled up and they're bouncing from side to side, and that's what it feels like retrograde is about to be for so many people. And then all of a sudden it opens up and you go racing, right? There's something about things that are recovered in the night, things that are recovered in the sleep. It's like there's a reason that you were knocked back. It's almost like I'm feeling the energy of like somebody being born and then like you're kicked like a soccer ball, and you're kicked like meters and meters and meters away, maybe miles away from where your home spot is, where your place of power is, and your life has been a journey to get home, right? And it feels like we're there, right? This almost feels like a collective message, and it feels like there's someone backing it. Like it feels like it's someone specific, like Archangel Metatron. Is this Archangel Metatron? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. He's saying like there's a divine activation that's happening at this time where it's almost like any enemy that would try and take us down, that would try to hurt us, that would try to almost play unfair, play dirty is what they're saying, to try and prevent us from doing the thing we came here to do, is wiped off the map while we edify ourselves to become this version of ourselves, or to arrive at ourselves. And it's something about like being in the water for so long, like being in the water for so long and being able to start fresh with the sun touching your skin. The water being like being submerged in karma, and finally like breaking into the dharma. They're showing me like water represents the karma and the open air under the sun represents the dharma. They're saying it's so sweet. It's so sweet. What is so sweet? The air is so sweet. They're saying some of you guys are confused and wrapping your brains around the injustice. It could be something as simple like as your family telling you that spirits don't exist, that you're making it up, that, you know, it's unholy. They're saying for some of you it has to do with religion. For others of you it has to do with like betrayals by your family, those that abused you. For others of you it was just like society, like, you know, I'm not trying to gaslight victims here, right? Or say that everyone's a victim, but on some level there has been a wedge being placed between the divine sovereignty of the individual and their guides, their spirit team, those that walk with them. There's something that got in the way. They're saying like technology, there's so many things here, and there's something about the divine being ahead of the curve, God being ahead of the curve, knowing that this was happening and actually using it to edify his children further, those that choose to take that path. It's what we signed up for. It's what we signed up for. It's a burden, yes, but a blessing as well. Something about like the stall doors being opened, and now all of a sudden we are off to the races. All of a sudden we're going, and it's a flow, it's a motherfucking dance. and all of the abundance that comes with that. There's a lot of shame, right? It's like, why can't I hack this? Why can't I figure this out? Spirit is saying, it's been a burden. It's been a burden. You chose that. And as I've been saying, the times that we're stepping into are not easy times. And there are a lot of energies that are in place to try to make us question ourselves or fall back on ourselves or to choose something different. Our own family members, friends, community members are turning on us. And this is not to stoke the fires of the victim frequency. It's just reality. Leave in the comments, because I've heard many people had this dream too. But leave in the comments if you've had a dream where you're being chased, or there's all these types of entities or energies or angry people trying to get into your house. What do you think that represents? That represents zombies. We're living in an age of zombies. Individuals that are afraid to step away from their false securities to recognize their truth and to see it, truly see it. Not just see it to give them a sense of relief in the moment. That's not the collective that I read for. The collective that I read for, y'all not perfect. Neither am I, which is why we resonate. However, you guys are not out here gaslighting and doing all this shit like you people accuse you of it. People may gaslight you, right? And people may have all very interesting and colorful things to say about you because you're navigating this very difficult reality with a very large burden. And therefore, yeah, you may get things twisted, you may get things confused, you may react instead of respond, and you may not be perfect, but none of that is you. All of that is being pushed and pulled in the world around you. And if you're being called here, I don't expect you to believe it just because you're receiving a reading about it, but ask the divine to give you validation. I once had another dream where I was sitting in a circle and all these people were going one by one talking about how I basically deserve to be condemned. And I heard these big footsteps coming down the stairs and I just felt powerless. And I felt these big footsteps coming down the stairs. And this man came to the open space, didn't even come all the way down the stairs. Everybody looked at him, he looked at me and said, "Don't worry about them, you're fine." And they couldn't say anything after that. And he just went back up the stairs, right? Sure, we rolled in the mud with them. And they rolled in the mud with us before we knew anything about ourselves. But we rolled in the mud with them. For some reason, I'm having to bring this up because Archangel Metatron is showing me like there's a lot of shame that is bringing doubt to this message. Not just this message in my form, but in all the forms that it's coming to you. Know for a fact. Just know, because knowing doesn't need a fact. Just know, is what Spirit is telling me. It goes beyond the mind. Just know that all that you've suffered, all that you've overcome, all that you've transmuted is leading somewhere. It's leading to the transition of Dharma from Karma. And it feels like it's coming mighty soon. What is the advice, Spirit? What is the advice? Something about grab your children, grab your inner child. I'm hearing the guy that goes, grab your kids, grab your wife. Grab your kids, grab your wife. Something about like what happens when a child that has been lost, that has been like maybe badly behaved, Spirit is saying, and they finally find their divine mother and father. They finally are seen. Like, remember when I said at the beginning of the reading that there's some kind of event that's going to occur? Thank you, Spirit. There's some kind of event that's going to occur that's going to allow you to see yourself clearly It's going to be a moment that you can't show or prove to anyone. It's just going to be for you. Well, there's a moment coming for many in the collective and those of you guys watching this. And it's going to be a moment of the divine holy. I'm talking about the head of the head of the head. I'm talking about the highest of the heavens. Showing themselves to you. And it's almost like your godmother and your godfather. I'm not talking about those appointed to you through religion or through other life, physical ways. The masculine form of God has presented himself to me and told me that he was my father. And this is the Divine Mother Sophia. And it's something about the badly behaved child, the child that has been sort of suffering and self-destructive, and what happens when he finds the four walls of their home. When that child finds that structure, collect your kids, bring them with you. They're saying, bring your inner children with you. Don't leave them behind. Now is the time. It's going to be soon. It's going to be a time when we recognize the divine parentage, the holy parentage that supersedes any kind of parentage we've received. And this is not poo-pooing on our parents, because we love our parents, regardless of the trauma. Some of us, many of us. But this goes beyond that. This is like our ultimate parents. Like you talk about parents and grandparents, etc., etc. This goes beyond that. This goes further. This goes like to the limit. This is true love and true divine support. This is our birthright. The parents who have always been there for us. And now we're able to receive them, to see them. Oh my goodness. What that does for you. What that does for you. For us. Is there anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want us to know, Archangel Metatron? You have no idea how deep your intuition and your knowing goes. You have no idea how much you have secured for yourself in previous lives and in previous trials, in previous initiations. You have no idea how deep the well of your gifts goes. Not just one, but many. Sit confident under that moon, because once the sun comes, it's time. And your new life, our new lives, would have begun, and it'll be an essential shift, pivot. The winds are blowing like crazy outside. It'll be an essential shift and pivot for our collective ascension on this planet. It'll be a major mile marker of growth. They're showing me like the holy house and the temple, and like in one of the thresholds is a marker of growth for humanity, as you would mark a kid when he grows with marker or a pencil and their age, to show just how much they've grown. So have we. With a message as deep as this one, And the bottom of the deck is the World card. Like, this is our world. This is the essence of the meek inheriting the earth. I've never had as much faith for this as I've had in this moment. Than I've had in this moment. Than I have in this moment. Thank you, Spirit. I want to pull a Rumi card. I feel like it's the perfect oracle deck to kind of close out this reading. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. After so long, you are changing your relationship to fear. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You are becoming able to observe it, to witness it, even to have compassion rather than resistance. Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth and choosing to slumber in darkness, you awaken the delight. You awaken and delight in the light and sound of your divine being. Push and pull, one step forward and half a step back. It has been this way for so long, and you have endured. Yes, you are winning the race, brave one, and fear is left to fizzle out. It was always far less beautiful firework. It was always a far less beautiful firework than your passionate conviction for love anyway. Better to let your dazzling firework come to light instead. Much more satisfying. Oh, what a spiritual marathon you have been running. Now the end is in sight. You are drinking the sacred waters to replenish you from your journey. The cups are pushed into your hand by encouraging angels as you approach that blessed sash, marking the final line. Your body and soul are on this journey together, and now they are ready for victory. And yes, to rest and recover from the efforts. Rest now before a new adventure begins from a completely different state of being. This oracle comes with a spiritual guidance for you. You have broken through a barrier, a self-imposed barrier of fear. Whether it seemed to originate from within your consciousness or from an external set of circumstances, this is the fear we were talking about. This is the race we were talking about. This is the Page of Wands in the reverse, finally finding the divine parents and realizing the security and safety that allows the inner child to come through the passion, the conviction. These circumstances held you back from taking the steps you are now taking or just about to take. These steps may feel strange, new, uncertain, and exciting. Your mind might not have received the memo that fear-based existences are no longer in operation for you. It may need a loving, tender, reassuring, and firm update that the new relationship you have with fear is now rather different. You are the witness, not the victim. Your consciousness is strong enough to hold it in compassion. You don't collapse under its weight. In fact, it is becoming less and less substantial for you. When it is there, it seems less convincing than what it once appeared to be, compelling still at times perhaps, but not anywhere near as powerful as it once was. The power has been claimed by your heart instead. So give your mind the memo. Get used to this new way and take steps. Trust your legs. Test your legs. You'll find them powerful and ready. Get set to fly. Test your wings. Trust is one. Daring is the other. You'll find them enthusiastic for flight and ready to learn to ride the currents. Purpose built for soaring to great heights. Trust your vision without the murky filter of fear. It is sharp and clear. You can see what is meant for you, what is true for you, what is beckoning you forward now. Take the running leap. There is no darkness and light for you anymore. Just life, living free and clear. I'll be running and flying beside you. We'll soar and dive and rise together. Let's play. Imagine being free to such a degree that the injustice that occurred that caused you to feel as though you're not safe, to make you feel as though you're unable to show up as yourself in this life. The fear that has tainted your divine essence with fear and trepidation and a feeling of forgetting how to show up in this world as you are. All of the habits that we've learned and the programs that we've consigned to. And what happens when those all fall away? What happens when we come home? God bless you guys. I leave you in the divine light of our divine creator. Bye.